Warmest greetings to all of you. Welcome back to Craft Your Future, the channel dedicated to sharing knowledge for holistic personal growth through inspiring books. Every one of us has experienced moments of unease, anxiety, and stress. Picture students facing university entrance exams, carrying the weight of family expectations and the fear of failure or being compared to peers. Or those struggling under financial pressures, navigating conflicted relationships, or silently enduring illness and unexpected life events. And then there are those who feel a vague sadness without knowing why, only aware of an emptiness and exhaustion within. All these examples fall into a state of turmoil, an indescribable restlessness. These repetitive, swirling thoughts are like pebbles tossed into a lake, keeping the water from ever settling. The problem is, when faced with this discomfort, people often try to soothe themselves by scrolling through their phones, watching movies, playing games, oversleeping, shopping, overeating, using stimulants, or seeking someone to talk to as a way to escape and numb their emotions. However, these are merely temporary distractions. Even reading books can leave your mind in a state of distraction. So, what's the fastest and most sustainable way to break free from deep-seated fears? It's building and maintaining your own mental space, or headspace, and learning to return to it whenever you need. Headspace, this mental space, is the central concept of the book I want to introduce to you today, which I've tentatively translated as How to Find Enough Mental Space. This book comes highly recommended by two influential figures, Bill Gates and Relio. Its appeal lies not only in its simple, accessible language, but in its profound practicality and the quiet yet enduring transformation it brings. The author, Andy Puddicombe, has endured a series of profound tragedies in his life. After his parents' divorce, he embraced a new family and deeply cherished his adorable younger sister. But then, a sudden car accident claimed her life, shattering his family. Andy left home, wandering aimlessly to escape reality. Another blow struck when his partner passed away during heart surgery. He tried to pull himself together, but a final breaking point came on a fateful Christmas Eve. While laughing with friends on the street after a ceremony, a car veered out of control, hurling people into the air. Some died on the spot. Others were gravely injured. This cascade of shocks swept away all meaning in his life, like waves crashing over him. Andy fell into a prolonged state of trauma, anxiety, and disorientation, unable to live like a normal person. This led him to embark on a journey to temples and monasteries across countries like India, Thailand, Myanmar, Russia, Poland, England, and Australia, seeking spiritual practice and solutions for his life. Ultimately, Andy discovered the core method that freed him from suffering: mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation isn't tied to any religion. It's a scientific practice that creates a calm space within your mind, where emotions no longer control you, allowing you to rediscover peace and feel fulfilled. After over a decade of practice, Andy has actively shared his invaluable experiences and lessons, helping millions worldwide overcome stress, anxiety, past traumas, and fears of the future. I first read this book when I knew little about meditation. By persistently practicing and maintaining Headspace over the years, I've experienced its remarkable benefits. 2 years ago, I introduced this method to an American friend struggling with depression. Today, she's graduated with a master's degree and rediscovered joy in life. Many have heard of meditation and its benefits, but not everyone fully understands what mindfulness meditation is, let alone how to grasp and sustain it as a lifelong habit. Through this book, widely regarded as an ideal introduction to mindfulness meditation, I hope to help you better understand meditation, mindfulness, and Headspace while providing specific steps for practice. I hope mindfulness meditation becomes a habit that enhances your daily quality of life, helping you stay resilient amid anxiety and find inner calm on your journey. This sharing is especially dedicated to students preparing for stressful exams. I hope you can practice these basic steps to enter your own mental space, boosting focus, calmness, and strength to face the exciting challenges ahead. Have you ever wondered what meditation really is and whether it can truly help you overcome anxiety and stress? Meditation, simply put, is a technique to achieve mindfulness in the easiest way possible. Mindfulness is the ability to fully and completely perceive what's happening in the present moment, instead of ruminating on the past or predicting the future. This awareness comes without judgment or reaction. When practicing mindfulness, you gain greater focus and clarity. What does this mean? Behind that focus lies a state of peace. Behind that clarity lies understanding. Peace acts like an anchor, keeping your mind from being swept away by the whirlwinds of anxiety and sorrow. Understanding is the light that illuminates the layers of thoughts and emotions buried deep within, helping you live more consciously. Through practicing mindfulness meditation, you arrive at Headspace, a serene, insightful, and deeply fulfilling inner space. This is the ultimate result of your journey. In short, meditation is the technique, mindfulness is the skill, and Headspace is the outcome of this journey, a journey that frees you from the captivity of chaotic thoughts and unstable emotions. This is precisely why we should practice mindfulness meditation. So, how do you practice effectively? What are the meditation techniques to maintain mindfulness and enter Headspace? Andy shares that he once spent up to 18 hours a day meditating in a monastery, yet his thoughts wouldn't stop. Frustrated, he complained to his teacher, "I've practiced so diligently, but every time I meditate, thoughts keep arising." His teacher gently replied, "Meditation isn't about stopping all thoughts. On the contrary, it's like a light shining into your mind, helping you see clearly what's happening inside. That light is awareness. You may not like what you see when the light turns on, but meditation reflects your thoughts and emotions honestly and clearly as they operate daily. Without this light of awareness, much of our lives pass in unconsciousness. Countless seemingly harmless thoughts, especially those about future plans, constantly consume most of our mental energy. For instance, when starting meditation, within less than a minute, many get swept into a chain of thoughts like, "After meditating, I'll take a shower. Oh, we're out of eggs. Where should I go this weekend?" And so on. These thoughts seem fleeting and harmless, but without the light of mindfulness, they become an undercurrent pulling you away from reality. Your mind races toward an uncertain future. What do I need to do to achieve this? Each must-do thought emerges like a small burden, piling up until you never truly rest, even when sitting still. Stress and anxiety stem from this constant calculating, anticipating, and unconscious racing. So, let mindfulness's light help you see these thoughts clearly. This is the first step to breaking free from the unconscious cycle and reducing self-inflicted anxiety. When facing such thoughts, Andy introduces a key meditation technique called the cars. Imagine every thought about the future as a car speeding down a busy road. Trying to stop them is like stepping into traffic to control the flow, utterly futile. Instead of blocking the cars, step to the roadside, gently sit down, and observe. Each car carries a thought. When one arises, like, "I'll finish that report later," recognize it as a car passing by. Oh, this is the car of work-related worry. You don't need to chase it, analyze it, or shoo it away. Simply think, "I don't need to get in that car." Your task is to return to the anchor of the present, focusing on your breath. This is the technique of observing cars come and go without being swept into future-oriented thoughts. Then there's another type of thought, more persistent. These aren't just simple plans, but thoughts laden with painful, tangled emotions, regret, resentment, guilt. "If only I hadn't done that. Mom never understands me, always blaming me. Why did he treat me like that?" And so on. Andy shares that, even confident in entering a meditative state after a few breaths, he was still haunted by obsessive thoughts. To deal with these, he advises treating them like wild horses. No matter how strong or skilled a trainer you are, you can't force wild horses to obey. The more you try, the more they drag you along. Taming wild horses requires subtle skill, and meditation is similar. The key lies in patience. You can't make your mind's wild horses instantly obedient. Forcing yourself not to think, giving up, or falling into self-analysis and blame means you're still expecting an outcome aligned with your desires. In constantly battling thoughts and yearning for something better, you lose the beauty of the present moment. So use a long rein. The more thoughts resist, the more gently you loosen the rein. The more patient you are, without rushing to force them, the more you realize these wild horses are shadows of desire. They arise when you crave safety or love. Your task isn't to judge or agree with them, but to observe their presence. Oh, this is the horse of fear of judgment. This is the horse of fear of loneliness, of loss, and so on. Then, take 3 to 4 deep breaths, giving your wild horses space and time to roam until they leave. Only when you're gentle and patient with yourself can true healing begin. The cars have passed, the wild horses no longer rebel. Yet, deep within, a sadness lingers, not intense or urgent, but a quiet, spreading ache. Andy approached his teacher, troubled by his helplessness. Why, after practicing meditation so long, does my sadness not fade? If I can't escape this sadness, how can I live joyfully? This question likely resonates with many. Deep wounds, loneliness, emotional deprivation from childhood, unspoken losses, or long-buried regrets remain within us. They're not loud like anger or clear like anxiety, but quietly envelop our inner lives. Yet, we must recognize that trying to escape sadness through any means, including meditation, is a hopeless journey. Andy's teacher told him, sadness and joy are 2 sides of the same coin. Block sadness, and you lose joy. Have you noticed? Many people, especially teens and young adults, often fall into emotional numbness, neither joyful nor sad. This state can stem from empty pressures, invisible societal or family expectations, forcing them to close their hearts to avoid pain. But blocking pain also discards joy. At its core, the desire to end sadness is a longing for joy. Yet, the joy humans often seek is conditional. I'm happy because others approve of me. I'm happy because my kids obey, and so on. This worldly joy comes with expectations and constraints. If you look closely, this joy is always at risk of vanishing, as external conditions constantly shift beyond your control. Mindfulness meditation guides you to a joy within Headspace, a silent, profound, unconditional joy. No matter your emotions or life's challenges, you can still feel peace and freedom. The wonder is, you don't need to go far to find this joy. It's always within you, waiting to be recognized. Simply stop, observe, and listen honestly to what's happening inside, and this joy will naturally unfold. If you're feeling sorrow now, try the blue sky meditation technique. Imagine you're on a flight during overcast weather. As the plane jolts through thick clouds, unease and discomfort may surge. Those dark clouds are the sadness and anxiety enveloping your mind. Don't fear, because you know, no matter how thick the clouds, the plane will break through and your journey continues. So it is with sadness and anxiety. The blue sky is the pristine, calm, clear essence of your soul. Though dark emotions cloud your mind, your soul's clarity and peace endure. When overwhelmed by heavy emotions, first hold fast to the image of a blue sky within you. This is your strongest anchor for entering Headspace. Then, ground yourself in the present through a body awareness exercise. For example, if sadness or anxiety surges, gently shift your focus from those emotions to physical sensations present now. Perhaps the feel of your hand on a book, your feet touching the ground, or the steady breath at your nostrils. Recently, I experienced a flight during terrible weather. The plane passed through dense black clouds for over 30 minutes. Turbulence rocked it left and right, up and down, relentlessly. Passengers grew terrified, children screamed, and many felt dizzy and nauseous. In that chaotic moment, an image appeared in my mind, the blue sky beyond the clouds. I calmed myself by taking 4 to 5 deep breaths, straightening my back, resting my hands lightly on my thighs, and focusing on my breath at my chest, then down to my lower abdomen, feeling each inhale and exhale. Despite the surrounding unease in that moment, I felt an inner stillness. This sensation kept me from being swept into fear or identifying with physical discomfort. So, after landing, I remained refreshed, not disoriented. This is the blue sky meditation technique in action. Let's summarize. Do you see? The key to reducing anxiety and stress is maintaining an effort that doesn't demand effort. Your effort is simply noticing whether you're caught in a thought or emotion. If so, shift your attention to a specific focus. During meditation, focus on your breath. In daily actions, focus on what you're engaging with, the taste of food you're eating, the movement of your feet as you walk, the feel of water on your skin while showering, the sound of your heartbeat during exercise, the sensation of holding your child, and so on. Mindfulness meditation isn't just for sitting in silence, but about staying aware everywhere, anytime in life. If you can live this way, your headspace is always active, leaving no room for anxiety, sadness, or frustration. Free from fear's grip, your mind grows clearer, brighter, and more awake to life's experiences. Andy shared a story from his monastic days in Myanmar. The monastery required eating slowly, chewing thoroughly for an hour, with meals usually just rice and curry sauce. One day, a donor gifted the monastery a truckload of ice cream. Andy was thrilled for a rare treat. But due to the large grounds, by the time the ice cream reached the dining hall, it was melting. Stranger still, the head monk forbade eating it until everyone finished their rice for the full hour. Andy helplessly watched the delicious ice cream melt into a puddle before him. Inside, he erupted. Isn't this deliberate torture? Why waste the ice cream like this? But then, he calmed himself, stayed mindful, and realized, I chose to live in this monastery, and I can always learn from any experience. Sometimes, I'm so immersed in my thoughts and emotions that I forget to stay awake to this simplicity. Pressure, anxiety, anger, and sadness only arise when your heart struggles. Have you ever resisted going to school? Sometimes, the alarm rings and you feel miserable, wanting to skip class. In reality, like Andy, you forget you chose this experience. Similarly, many fight their jobs or relationships. Though you may feel forced with no other choice, ultimately, you chose and walked this path. From a Buddhist perspective, your presence in this world is your soul's deep choice for this journey of experience, no one else's. So, let go of all struggle. Mindfulness meditation helps you return to reality, realizing all experiences are your voluntary choice, dissolving the fear of losing control. You'll soar freely to the blue sky within. These are the 3 core mindfulness meditation techniques to help you focus, find clarity, peace, and greater awareness. Next, to help you easily practice mindfulness and maintain headspace anytime, anywhere, we'll dive into the most crucial part, a practical 10-minute daily mindfulness meditation. Unlike previous sharings, this time, I'll blend the book's essence with my own experiences to design a guided meditation, leading you to meditate right here. This is my first time trying this fresh approach. I hope this combination helps you grasp and fully practice a meditation session. May this guided meditation be a breeze lifting you, shortening the distance to the peaceful blue sky within. For your daily practice convenience, I'll separate this guided meditation into a standalone video right after this one. Now, I invite you to relax, take a deep breath, and begin a 10-minute mindfulness meditation journey. Together, we'll enter a calm space, your headspace, gently dispelling anxiety, reducing stress, and rediscovering your inherent peace.